Viewers, good day, depending on where you find yourself in the globe. Could be morning, afternoon, evening, and night. This is Kingdom Economic Forum that has been set up to discuss issues that affect us in Ghana and in Africa and give solution. We believe in that. We've told you countless that we don't complain, we give alternate solution. Last week, we started talking about Galamsey in Ghana, and we gave you 5 root causes. We said that when we are solving a problem, it is important we solve from the root, not from the fruit. Over the period, we've been solving problems from the fruit level. Galamsey, emotional, political, gymnastic systems that we put in place, creating impression that we are working. That deep within us, we know we are not doing anything at all. So Doug took us through the major 5 root causes of Galamsey: the political issue, socio-economic challenge, talk about the role of the traditional leaders or the traditional challenge. We spoke about the religious, and he ended on the mindset. Once again, with me in partnership with Kingdom Economic Forum is the new African concept, and Reverend Dr. Joshua Ponsafo is with me in the studio. Doc,
no.
Akwaba, you are welcome.
No.
Akwaba, I've been told they want to change it to
Obake.
Obake. Oh, okay, so Obake. Anyway, let's look at it from this.
Obake. Interesting.
We have weightier matters to discuss.
That's right.
So today we are looking at the effects of Galamsey in terms of environment, health, economic, whatever the next generation, the effect of Galamsey. Look, we cannot, I know you know, those of you listening to us, you know, you are much aware, but it's there's a saying in our local language that maybe where the blacksmith is hitting the most, that means that place is very needed, and that is why we want to add our voice. We want to give you the picture, the real picture, the real impact, so that if you know of a friend, a family member, whatever, who is into the Galamsey, you appeal to their conscience. These effects will let us know whether we are the mindset. In fact, Doug ended with the mindset. This will help us to have the right mindset. Look, the effect of Galamsey now and what. The floor is yours.
Yes. Okay. So once again, thank you very much, Nana, for the opportunity, and I would like to welcome each and every one of us to Kingdom Economic Forum. And on this subject of Galamsey, please do well to push the link to many others so that they can also follow and enjoy in this narrative. So with Galamsey, as Nana rightly said, even if we spend 3 hours on this subject, we cannot exhaust the gravity or the weight of its impact or deleterious effect on us as a nation. Or at least we will want to highlight a few ones so that we will also have that awareness. Maybe you may be aware but not aware of the extent at which it is going. Yeah. So Galamsey, as it has been conducted over a period of time, one of the things that we know it is being affected is the place of the environment or the environmental degradation. And even with that, it has various aspects. The aspect of the land itself. The land itself. So there is usually a protocol that the land upon its mess up must be reclaimed. But because the driving essence, so it connects also once again to the mindset we made mention of, where sometimes our motivation is greed. So because greed seems to be driving us, our obsession is not how can I mine the place effectively, reclaim the land as needed or as stipulated, and then still make my money for my personal and then also for the common good of the people. This is where there is a mindset shift. But with a kind of mindset sponsored by greed and selfishness, we mess up the land and then we just leave it there. So the land itself becomes degraded. And because it is not reclaimed, after a while, it loses because of the chemicals and then the approaches, that how they approach it. By the time we finish and then we do not reclaim, the land itself loses a lot of its nutrients, it loses a lot of its natural flora, which should have contributed for further cultivation. So the land is just left bare. Now, if this continues, so secondly, it also affects especially our forests, leading to huge deforestation, because part of the reclamation approach is also to engage massively in afforestation, where as we chop down the trees, we are also replanting to replace them. But in many cases, the replacement mechanism is not there. So we have, through the efforts, especially of this journalist, I think Erastus, yes. When you follow his page, he keeps on updating us, where large sections of forest entities have been rendered almost useless. And then it has become something else. By so doing, it increases desertification. Desert is not sometimes, we have the natural ones, but there are many of them that it is as a result of what we do. And when you consider the Sahel or the Sahara, study shows that it keeps on increasing in the course of time because of the activities of men, especially when there is massive deforestation without afforestation. And we know that with desertification comes a lot of issues as well. So that is for the land. When we come to and even the risk involved in terms of the massive holes that are sometimes even left abandoned, it is not well covered. It also poses risk for people who keep on falling in, and then what have you. Now, the second...
that is the land.
That is for the land.
So let me make a point here. It has been said that when the land through this Galamsey is destroyed, it takes about 100 years to correct it.
Yes.
So that is, I want you to understand that land, and one of the most important value God has given to human being is land. Let me mention that land is fixed. Population will increase, but the land will be fixed. Yeah. So as we speak, if you allow your land to be destroyed, it means you are destroying the next generation, because they will not have any, it will not be able to contain them. You are destroying the very land that your forebear gave you. Ask yourself, if the last 20 years or 30 years, if your forebear, the last generation, if they destroy the land as you are doing, would you have come to meet that land? So the land value begin on, unfortunately, we don't value land.
We don't value.
And I'm trying to let them know that you need to begin to value the land.
Yeah.
The land has to be valued. Don't destroy it. The land that you have destroyed as we speak, if you want to reclaim it to come to the right level that before you destroy it, it's going to take the next 4 generations, 100 years. So we are advising, and we want you to come to yourself. Don't think, maybe you don't have any attachment to your land because you didn't fight for it, because you got it at a silver platter, you didn't buy it. If you really bought it, if you were part of those who fought, your forefathers who fought to claim that land, you wouldn't let it be destroyed as it is now. So talking about the land, the impact on the land. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, touching on that, so secondly, we can be talking about, still with the land, that it also will then indirectly have an effect on urbanization. Because at the end of the day, when the land is destroyed, many will be gravitating towards the cities.
Yeah.
Already, Accra keeps getting choked. And then Kumasi, then Takoradi, with time. Because now, if you want to push industrial drive at the various places, you need land. It's like land is, it is a default setting for everything.
The base for any development.
You cannot industrialize
in the sea.
Space. Yes. Maybe later generations want to industrialize at Mars and co, but we are not there yet. So naturally, we need the land. And the land now is not usable. So what happens is that there's going to be an influx, a huge migration. Already it is going on. But the more we destroy the lands, there's going to be a massive migration, which is also going to choke the various few places like Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, and then the pressure on the resources, the pressure, because we are already talking about the menace, or should I say the danger of urbanization.
Let me add to what you are saying. When your people migrate, if you're a chief, whom are you going to rule over? It means that your kingdom is coming to an end.
Yes.
If you're a DC, when your people migrate, if you're an MP, who is going to vote for you? So this is very critical issue that needs to be looked at. Very critical. When they don't have the land, and the land is not able to give them what they need to survive, they will migrate.
Yeah.
And we are sounding and notice to the chiefs, the community leaders, the MPs, the DCs, if the youth or the community migrate, there is nothing for you to rule or lead. So think about that.
So number 3 are water bodies.
Water bodies.
Which already there has been a loud cry on it. But some way, somehow, we seem not to be so concerned about it. So once again, the water bodies keeps on being destroyed. And civilization, in fact, we normally say that it started in Egypt. One of the things that historians of civilizations have realized or posited is that there is always the need or the place of water, whether maybe the river. So the Egyptian civilization, it is also partly because of the river Nile. Because at the end of the day, it was got the agricultural, then cultivation, then stabilizing various other. So studies have shown that the place of water, especially in driving advancement and civilization, is very, very important and non-negotiable. And this is the case where we keep on messing up our water bodies. We don't value. So it connects once again to the mindset. That's why, just imagine, the truth is, even the solution will require about 70% mindset orientation,
research,
and 30% of these system structures. But normally what we've done so far is we commit our energies into, yes, we are going there. Then the
mindset is left on.
When they go there, they are even bribed.
Oh yeah,
a basic kind of structure.
Body secretary.
Your body secretary.
Your body
Another hope. And then he would then turn
and giving tips,
and then be protecting. Because there is a serious mindset issue. So number 3 is the water bodies. We keep on messing up our water bodies, and out of the water bodies, it has its own other issues. Because if we don't have these fresh waters, like you were saying, at a point in time, we may have to import. And then just imagine that we have messed our land and water so much that now we will have to import. Already, we have the menace of potable drinking water not being able to get to everybody. 68 years down the line, post-independence, there is no single problem that we can say that we've been able to solve, of which one of them is the availability of potable water. And since, although we are unable to solve it, we are even the little left, we keep on messing it up. We keep on messing it up. And it also leads to the health implications.
Maybe before you go to the water bodies, I know of Ankobra. Somebody told me a sad story where Ankobra is coming from a rock where it is coming in drops. That very source is being mined. It's being mined.
The river source.
The source is being mined. It's been given to Galamsey. So the question I ask, and I'm asking, what did we do wrong? Who bewitched us? In fact, as we speak now, you know, they were supposed to help in irrigating cocoa farms. Maybe you come to the agri sector, but this one, the underground water is so contaminated that they couldn't do the irrigation. Yeah. This is not even the surface water, the underground water. Yeah. When you dig the borehole, the water that is coming is so contaminated. Those of you sitting in the cities and the city centers, you think that you are not part, the land that is being degraded, the chemicals are traveling, they travel. Pretty soon they will catch up with us. Wherever you dig your borehole, you have traces of some of these coming up. So,
And so I think we can even add it up in terms of the agriculture. Aspect, yes, where
I just target the even just the water.
It's just
we haven't spoken about the soil. They are destroying the soil. And then, sadly, cocoa farms are being sold. That was the point I was about making. Cocoa farm, people want the money now.
Destroying the mindset cocoa farm is serious.
And I did the analysis and I asked them, okay, 1 acre, how much are they paid? 30,000, 40,000 cedis.
Okay, for the land.
For the land. One time, you get that figure and you chop it. That 40,000, even if it's 100,000, these people have not been trained as to how to even use money. So that 100,000, the kind of funerals that they will organize, the party, they will marry, before they could say Jack, within 1 month, they've squandered the 100,000. And their lives comes back to ground negative, not zero. Yeah. Because they come to negative dependency. And maybe adding to the agri, previously, during the rainy season, you go to the forest, you can get snails and mushroom for free. Yeah. Now, all of them are on strike because the environment is not conducive for them. At all. The soil has been destroyed. Now, you have to be very careful when you are eating cocoyam, the root crops, yam, and cassava that are grown in those areas. They are scientifically, they've seen traces of these chemicals that are used in Galamsey areas. Yes. We are all at risk. The vegetables that they are promoting we should eat, if you are not careful to know where the source is, by the time you could see that the kind of minerals and contamination chemicals that would have entered your bloodstream, you have no idea. The reason we are bringing all these cause and the effect is for us to sit up. Don't think it's too far from you. No. It's too close than you ever think. Very close. Because here in Accra, you're not farming. You are buying it from those areas. Yeah. And it is a cause for alarm. We are in a huge crisis. In fact, it's threatening our very existence. Because if our water bodies have been destroyed, if the food that we are eating, this one is not coming from the colonial masters who, the food we are eating has been destroyed, then what nation, our land, we've destroyed the land, Then we don't have Ghana again.
Destroy the land, destroy the water, destroy our food. It's serious.
We don't have Ghana again.
It's really serious.
We are sitting on a time bomb.
Really
We don't continue.
Yes. Beloved, I believe strongly that these things, and it's our prayer, that it will strike a chord in your conscience, that at the personal level, and then as much as your voice could reach, this is something which is a serious crisis, that we must not wait for it to get entirely out of hands, that we'll be able to commit to doing. So these are various, so we're even talking on the water, that led to the agri side. And I think about either last year or so, I was reading a paper that indicated that Belgium, where they have started raising concerns concerning our cocoa. Yes, concerning our cocoa, because they've started seeing some traces within it. So even this also then will have economic implication or economic impact. Already the cocoa cultivation itself is dawdling or dwindling down as a result of the obsession for one-time huge payments, and they are not skilled in financial wisdom and management. So it's just like, oh, we want the money, and then they just mess up the land. And the few we are getting because of the water, the degraded system that we have. Once we push on, and then they are able to identify some of these traits, it means they are not going to take it.
There will not be market for cocoa farmers.
There will not be market for cocoa farmers. And already, per our cocoa system, we're going for syndicated loans.
That's what we're using to develop our nation.
We're going for syndicate. So by the time the harvest is up,
we've sold our cocoa. We already.
So we sell it at the cultivation time. But yeah, so that is it. And then also health-wise, there's what we call teratogenic substances. Teratogenic substances are substances that are able to affect the unborn child. So by the time you will give birth, maybe one ear is not there. One, maybe he has 6 fingers. Mostly something weird.
This one is not witches and wizards. These are not demons. This is a human demon. This is a self-generated demon.
Self-induced demons. And the sad thing is, after all these, when we see some of these weird stuff, just like we are saying, because our mindset is coming from spiritism.
We are going to pray about it.
Yes, we are going to pray about it.
Curse.
We are going to curse. We are going to find somebody to blame. That, oh, the witches and wizards, they are in the family. They don't want our children to be normal. That's why blindness, that's why death and things like that then come. And unfortunately, it connects to the religious. You then find some prophets or pastors who also be exploiting this ignorance and then making a merchandise. So it is a whole system. It is a whole complicated system. Yeah, so teratogenic substances have been identified with a good number of the chemicals that they use. And I think for a number of times, Confanoche, they have come out to make statements that they have found that people or the pregnant women around the mining areas, and there is that increasing number that they will give birth, and then there are these conditions, and then they keep on increasing. And once again, we seem not to be concerned that we are losing. It all boils down to value, Nana, because we don't value the land, we don't value the water, we don't value the human beings.
We don't value our nation. We don't value anything.
Because if we value the human beings, and we know that, as we said in the previous episode, that the greatest resource of any land is the human being.
Yeah.
So if we appreciate this perspective, then we will be warmed at heart that a system is producing children who are deformed, either in the brain, in any kind of deformity. It will be of much concern to us. So it would have been firing from all sides: the health directorate, the educational directorate, the traditional, the religious, and it is not just lip service, but a deep commitment that this thing must really come to an end. And there must be that kind of schedule template. As it stands now, we don't know the plan. That, okay, in dealing with this menace, this is the plan. This is a 5-year plan. This is a 3-year plan. Well thought of, well researched, database, and coming from the various
stakeholders,
tributaries, and then stakeholders. That this is what we want to do. This is what we want to do, and above all, the political will to drive it. But unfortunately, that is not the case. So that is for the health side. The water we drink, the food we eat, apart from even these that are togenic in terms of the child effect on the children, we ourselves,
kidney failures,
the liver, and even cancer. Yes, these things could stimulate high degree of cancer, and these things are such that now we may not appreciate the weight of it. But if it continues like this, give ourselves 5, 10, 15 years. You see that now there is a spike in cancer rates. There's a spike in dullness, mental dullness. There's a spike in this, there's a spike in this. And unfortunately, we will resort to prayer and then akwanche. And then we all know that this is really the way to go. This is really the way to go.
Wow.
It's just sad.
In fact, the other risk is the social problem. Teenage pregnancy.
Yes.
The children don't want, the youth and the children don't want to go to school at all in those areas.
Yeah.
We are killing the next generation. And immigrants are infiltrating in those areas. I think I said it last week. Those who are working there, most of them are not from Ghana. Immigrants.
Yeah.
And they are destroying, they are behaving like swarm of bees or whatever. Destroying the land. If you go there in the way they are working and destroying the thing, someone have the audacity to make videos, insinuate here and there. And I ask myself, where is the security agencies? And the risk is so enormous. The worst case rate of the death rate in those areas, there's data to prove. Yeah. These young guys who are doing Galamsey, they die.
They keep on dying.
They die. I've been told that there is a relationship between dying, whereas mining, it has a spiritual benefit to get more good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that is what, and you know, they will be killing themselves. If you the poor man, you go to do small Galamsey, you find yourself other side of the land, you are dead and gone. So unless we are losing human resource. Another thing is that artificial economic growth within the area. The people don't respect money, they get money, so they can spend.
Yeah.
They can spend. So the cost of living in those areas are very, 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 very high.
Very high.
Issue of armed robbery, crime rate is high over there because somebody will not go to the Galamsey, but he will wait for you to come. You're good, you have to have high security. You come and steal. Exactly. So these are the social immoral life. Because they have money, they don't know what to do. They have not been trained in their mind, so they don't know the value of money. Yes. So they use it anyhow, spend money, buy vehicles. If you go there, the kind of cars they are using.
Yes.
There's a total breakdown when it comes to insecurity.
And these are very, just like I was saying, like teenage pregnancy, undeveloped minds. So it's further studies will have to be conducted. It is not, especially to when you check like the coastal areas, there is a particular parallel line that runs through them, but maybe that will be another discussion for another time. But with these places too, and then maybe one thing that I'll add is also a shift in the culture, which you've touched on in pieces. Yes, because of the money and then how much they get, they spend anyhow. And what happens is that it builds a system where now our culture begins to become more materialistic. And then people are defining, because
Success.
we don't define success by character and integrity. I know why so when it paints a very unsustainable or a very bad picture for the upcoming generation. It means that when you are growing in such places, and by extension in a culture that has been shaped by this mindset, the idea is, when you take Abraham Maslow's theory from survival and then all that to the apex of self-actualization.
Yeah.
So the young child looks up within the environment or the society, and then he sees that there seems to be a special respect reserved for people of money.
Those who have money.
Those who have money, regardless of how they had it. So the psyche it leaves in the minds of the people is that
all you need,
get your money,
you'll be respected.
You have actualized.
Yeah.
Because everywhere you get, whether it's at the police station, even at the law court, in church, it is like, and so the people are also growing and they're observing that these people with money, with questionable characters, shady deals, those things that don't come into the picture. Once they have money, they are in the good books in the church, at the security places, they are able to
get whatever they are looking
able
for.
to get whatever they want. So the end result is the younger generation build themselves that all what you need is money. And then it means that Galamsey is then deepened because we must get money at all costs. And even beyond Galamsey, other outlets like this increase in Sakawa, prostitution, any means possible, get the money and the system is going to respect you and will value you. Once you don't have the money, then so it gradually also shifts or has an effect in the cultural dynamics of our society. So it is several, as we've made mention, from the health side, from the economic side, to the water bodies, to the land, etc. And then above all, the human resource. That is the chief element. Because the risks of death, whether through the holes breaking or caving in, or death as a result of the spiritualization of it, or death as a result of once these things are happening, together with the children who are born with deformities, all these implications are that the human capital of those areas and by extension of our nation is being depleted. Already there is brain drain, actually, a high rate of death, actually, and then this one too. So we literally will not have a nation.
This is a deep statement. If we allow things to go as it is, the conclusion is simple. You don't need a prophet to know that the future of this country is not sustainable if we allow how things are going. In fact, we didn't even mention about the political risks. These people can say, okay, if you will not allow us to do what we are doing, no Galamsey, no vote. No Galamsey. These are the risks that we are sitting there for them to dictate to us.
And because the parties too, they need their votes.
They need their vote.
Of course. Then they'll relax things, continue with it, and that has been our menace.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope it has now dawned on you that the Galamsey has been discussed on NDC, MPP, political platform is not what we are talking to you now. We have made it, we have painted a very clear picture that this is the result. It's happening, not that it's now going to happen. These are the results of having not taken decisive action on Galamsey. Those who go to church, those who go to mosques, whatever, when you die and go and meet your maker, and he asks you, what did you do? What answer are you going to give? And that is why next week, we want to give you some of the answers and what you can do to stop this. We can do it. We shouldn't throw our hands in the air. It's a difficult fight, but where there's will there's a way.
It's a way.
So next week, join us as we expand on how we can solve this Galamsey problem. Because it's going to be so dear to us, we can even split next week's the solution. The solution part might go beyond one episode. We want to actually prefer better solution. We want to give better solution. And we want to make sure that after that presentation, we're going to submit a paper to government for them to sit on the recommendation that we're going to give. This has been Kingdom Economic Forum. Dog, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
The floor is open. Any experience to share, any comment, any contribution, please open up. This is not a blame game. We have expounded, we have given you the actual picture. Any other that you want to add up. Until we come your way again next week, remember that we are on Sunny TV. We also visit our Kingdom Economic Forum YouTube channel. Invite a friend, share some of these links. And I hope gradually we see a new tomorrow. God bless you. See you. Bye-bye.